super important that you know how to earn and spend your money and be organized all while doing so, okay? Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Sorry. If you are new here, I mean, obviously everyone's new because this is like my first video, but if you are new here, like and subscribe. I think that's what I'm supposed to say. But again, welcome to my channel, Life in the Cash Lane, where it will be a mixture of vlogging and tips on how to run a business. I specialize in e-commerce and finance, so that's what we'll be talking about. And today I want to get right into it. I'm doing this Instagram series on my page, all.cash. I'll try to link that above or below. And basically it's titled Get in Your Business. So I thought that's how I would start this video and talk about how to get in your business. And I have my notes, so if you see me looking down, looking around, it's because I'm trying to stay on task. And I want to make sure the alarm doesn't go off again. So again, the title of this video is going to be Get in Your Business. Yes, yours. Okay, and I don't mean the tea, I don't mean the gossip, I mean getting in your business. If you own one or if you're thinking about starting a business, this will be a good video for you. So I have some tips, and then hopefully in a future video I'll break down each and every tip, because I want to keep my videos between 15 and 30 minutes. So I don't want to sit here and bore you with the details. I want to get them out to you quick. That way you can digest them and begin to implement the tips. So again, pro tip number one, get in your business. The first thing I would tell any business owner to do is to form your business, okay? So obviously when you're forming your business, there's tons of sites out that will do that for you. I'll try to link a couple links below, and there's also ways that you can do it yourself depending on what state that you are in, okay? So in terms of business structures, there are a few. There's sole proprietorships, partnerships, corporations, S corporations, and the most popular, limited liability company, okay? So you want to form and structure your business in the beginning. And a lot of you can run your business for up to 3 years as a hobby. But ultimately, well, I feel like if you're really wanting to get in your business and start off on the right foot, in terms of, you know, getting tax deductions and limiting the liability of your business, I would suggest you form your business within the first few months of starting. After, of course, you've decided on your business name. What I like to do is, after I've decided on my business name, I check the Texas State Comptroller, because I live in Texas, and I just search and make sure that name is available for me. And then obviously you would begin your process into structuring your business, okay? Your form of business determines which income tax forms you have to file, okay? The most common forms of businesses are sole proprietorships, partnerships, corporations, S corporations, and limited liability companies, as I spoke about before. A limited liability company, LLC, is a business structure allowed by the state statute. Legal and tax considerations enter into selecting a business structure, okay? So obviously, I'm not an attorney. I would suggest you either get legal advice or speak with your accountant on how you should form your business. I will say the most popular is limited liability company. And like I said, in future videos, I hope to be able to break down each one of these getting your business tips. That way you have ground to move on. Okay, so the next tip is register your business for tax purposes. Super important, okay? We always want to make sure that we are paying taxes and that we are set up in the correct way so we do not overpay taxes, okay? And my job as an accountant is always to, of course, save my clients money on their taxes. But obviously we all have to pay taxes. It's something that we're all going to have to do. But who says you have to leave a tip? Period. No, we're not going to overpay. So first and foremost, we want you guys to register your business for taxes. And the way that you do that is by applying for a EIN, okay? An employee identification number. This is also free. You can do that on irs.gov. I will link that below as well. There's also other companies that I use, such as InkFile, and it's a one-stop shop for all of it. It's a tad bit more expensive, but I'm the type of person, I do what I'm good at and I let other people do what they're good at. So obviously if you're starting out and you're low on budget and obviously that's how I was as well, and you want to do everything yourself, absolutely do that. But there's also companies and websites that will do a one-stop shop, everything from forming your business, applying for your EIN, all of that good stuff, okay? So again, the employee identification number is one of the second things on my list that I highly suggest you do when starting a business to get in your business. And I will also link this information below, guys, if you're not keeping up. Secondly, thirdly, on my list, what you want to do when you are starting a business is open a business bank account, okay? It is super important to, from the jump, separate your business from your personal finances. If I had to give like one thing that I would say is super important, always stay organized and have a separate business account for business funds, okay? You don't want to start your business with and have money deposited into your personal account. The IRS highly frowns on that, and we want to start off on a positive foot. In order for us to forecast and to plan for our business, you need to know what's coming in, what's going out, and you need to stay organized with that information, right? So that brings us to my fourth tip on getting in your business, and that is setting up accounting, okay? Obviously, I'm an accountant, like I said before, but at the beginning, you don't always have the money to go out and hire an accountant, although I think that is very important, and I think that should be extremely prioritized on your list of things to do the minute you have the money to do so. But I personally am a QuickBooks ambassador. I've been using QuickBooks for years. You can literally sign up for a QuickBooks account at 50% off if you use my link below. It is an affiliate link, so I will get a kickback for that. But literally, this is not even an ad, okay? Obviously, it's my first video. I'm not sponsored or anything. I have lived by QuickBooks, okay? There is, and when I consult clients, it's one of the very first things I tell them to do. In this list that I'm going over with you guys, it is a part of how I consult my clients, and these are the first steps in getting your business obviously to the next level, but it's basically laying the groundwork for your business. QuickBooks is extremely user-friendly. There's tons of videos out, and literally you connect QuickBooks to your bank account and it pulls in, and that's why it's important to have that separate bank account, okay, for business only. But when you do that, it allows the bank to pull those transactions through the QuickBooks. You can categorize it. If you know every month you pay Shopify $50, you can set rules, create rules. That way, when those transactions automatically come through, they know it's for Shopify. They know that's a business expense, okay? So QuickBooks, I cannot even praise that app, that program enough. For tax purposes, it is an accountant's best friend, okay? And obviously, when you go to file your taxes, every expense, every income, everything needs to be backed up. QuickBooks allows you to create that financial footprint for your business and keep those records throughout the year. What I've learned that QuickBooks does for me as well, it helps me to stay in my business. Not worried about everybody else's business. It helps me to stay in my business because when you log in, your dashboard gives you literally a snapshot, your 30-day sales, your past due invoices out, the amount of money you spent in the last 30 days in expenses, the money that's come in. Like literally, if you're a planner and a forecasting, and obviously every business, you should know where you stand financially. QuickBooks is going to save your life. Like literally, I cannot praise QuickBooks enough. And you will hear me talk about QuickBooks more in future series, as well as when I break down each one of these Get in Your Business tips further. Okay, so stay tuned. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and I will break down each one of these tips I'm talking about today further in future video. This is going to be a series of sorts. After you've set up your accounting, I suggest that you obtain your permits and licenses. Super important. The Texas Comptroller, you need to have that set up to pay your sales tax if you're selling products. You're going to need to have your business license, which there's a company that I use for all of that stuff called InkFile, and I will link them below as well, because you don't have to think about it. You go in there, you file it, and you walk away, and the company takes care of everything for you. And as a beginner, if you don't know everything, it's worth a $300 to $500 investment to get all the basics out of the way. But it's extremely important to have those licenses and especially sales tax, if you're set to have that stuff set up, to have your number, to get those permits issued to you depending on your field. So don't be the businesswoman that has everything, or businessman that knows how to make money, knows how to sell a product, but on the back end you struggle with the organization of the business and making sure that you're functioning properly, because if you don't pay sales tax, they'll come in and lock your doors, take your equipment. Like, they don't play. So depending on the business that you are, or the industry that you are in, you may need different sales permits and licenses than other businesses, and you would need to do that research. In future videos, I will break down the most common, and actually I'm in retail as well, so it's like fashion and finance is my thing. So those will be the two businesses that I know most about and I have the most expertise on. So in future videos, I will break down the permits and licenses that you will need for basic businesses. Something that every business is going to need is a business license, basically. If you're doing business as, you need to have that business name registered. So that's kind of common across the board. If you are a beautician, or there may be other licenses that you're going to need to run your business. But for the most part, a business license is one of the top things. So your business license, you need it. Okay. Is established business credit. Oh my God, I could literally talk all day on this because I've been in business for myself for the last decade, and I literally the last few years, which the last 3 years, really started to focus on my business credit. Okay, just like you have a personal credit score, you have a business credit score. Okay, so it works pretty much the same. You have to establish credit first, and obviously one of the first things you need to do is get a Duns and Bradstreet number. Okay, that is kind of like your business credit number. You also have a Paydex number, and you have an experienced business credit profile as well. But when you in the beginning stages of your business, I would suggest the very first thing you do is, of course, apply for your Duns and Bradstreet number, get registered there. That way that your credit has somewhere to report. And then there's a website kind of like Credit Karma, but it's for business credit, called nav.com. And I will link those links below. Those are going to be your two best friends in understanding business credit and building business credit. Okay. So this is going to be a series that I'm going to do as well. And it's in my planning sheet. Like, I really want to help people understand the power of having good personal and business credit. So if I had to tell you to do anything right now, whether you are just starting a business or whether you have been in business for a while, it is time to register for your DNB, your Duns and Bradstreet number. It will be linked below. And it's also time to log on to Nav. There's a free account as well, but I suggest paying the $39.99 fee to get a better look at your business, tips on how to build business credit. It will even match you with lenders. It is a saint of a website. Okay, I have no other way to explain it, but this is extremely important, people. You want to not have to always be the personal guarantor when you're applying for something. I don't know what your dreams are. If you want to get into real estate, have an office space, have a brick and mortar, credit is gonna be something that you are going to need, and the time is now. Don't wait. After you watch this video, click the links below, register your business for your Duns and Bradstreet number, and apply for your NAV account. Now, there are steps that have to be taken. Obviously, you want to go in order from what I'm saying. Establish your business name. Just went blank. Register your business for taxes, and also form your business. So it's a good rule of thumb to go follow the steps that I'm going to put in the description of this video. That way, when you register your Duns and Bradstreet and you register for your NAV account, all that other information is done. Extremely important, guys. Register your business and start building business credit. Okay. I'm a little blushy today, y'all, but I'm getting this whole beauty thing down. But either way. So, two more important things I want to talk about is budget. A friend of mine, and he's always said this, you can't do anything without a budget. Nothing. Anytime, like for instance, my personal story, I have a boutique and I'm an accountant. So obviously finance and fashion, both of those things really require you to be structured. It requires you to have organization, and it requires any type of business you run. I would suggest you having a business budget. Okay. I've created a few templates that I send out to my clients that allows you to at least track your monthly budget, know what's coming in, know what's going out. And that way you can forecast. Like for instance, I'm already thinking about Black Friday and things that I want to do for my business. So I already know the amount of money that I need to make in September and October in order to run the ads that I want to run, buy the inventory that I'm going to want to sell, because I have a number in mind that I want to hit on that biggest sales day of the year. And obviously in order to be able to do that, I have to have the inventory. I have to be running ads. The website has to be ready. So I'm already budgeting in money every month for the holiday season. Okay. And if you haven't started that for your business right now, especially if you're in retail, you're a little bit behind. And that'll be another video that I'll probably add to this series. But super important to make sure that you are working off of a budget with your business. If you don't know how much money you have coming in and you don't know how much money you have going out, you are putting yourself and your business at financial risk. Okay. It is, and it's not something that I've always done. Like I said, the last 4 to 5 years in my business, I realized how important it is to follow all the steps that we're talking about today. That way you can get in your business. Okay. Okay. Where's Okay, last and definitely not least, honey, we are going to talk about, drum roll please, strategy. Okay, I don't care what you're selling. I don't care what you're doing, whether you are a coach or a consultant, whether you have products for sale, I don't know, marketing. You have to function and learn to run your business based off of strategies, okay? You have to know, if I want to have a $10,000 month, I have to do X, Y, and Z. If I want to have a Black Friday, if I want to make $20,000 on Black Friday on my Shopify website, I'm going to have to start implementing strategy. I'm going to have to start running ads. I'm going to have to start making sure I'm on top of my inventory. I'm going to have to making sure I know how to forecast and look in the future for my business. So being strategic is literally gonna make or break your business. A lot of times it's not about who's selling the best product, who has the best hair. It's about how that person's strategy is. How are they working their business, okay? So if I cannot stress enough out of this series, obviously, everything is important, but when I talk to business owners, I notice a few things that they don't have from the jump. They're not legally structured, which can be very detrimental to your business and the liability of your business. They do not have an accounting software, which literally it will cost you bare minimum if you sign up with my link below, I think $7 or $8 for the basic package. Now, obviously, as your business grows, and don't quote me on that price, I believe the essentials is, you'll get it for 50% off with my link, and I'll link that below. But it's gonna cost you basically a couple days worth of Starbucks to make sure that for tax purposes, if you want to get lending for your business, the first thing they're gonna ask for is your profit and loss, your balance sheet. And that may be a foreign language to you right now, but I guarantee you the minute you log into your QuickBooks and get all that set up, you can run a report for it within seconds, okay? So the last but not least, the strategic way that you run your business, it's gonna make or break your business, okay? The average business does not last over 3 years, okay? I've been in business the last decade, and it's been a lot of this. You know, it's ups, it's downs. Sometimes we're pretty even across the board. But the minute I started to forecast and be strategic in the way that I run my business, I did see an increase in revenue. So just to run it back for everybody, hopefully you made it through the whole video, but we are giving pro tips on how to get inside your business, okay? Again, I'm Cassie Royal, an accountant. I'm a finance and fashion expert. This is what my channel will be about, along with the vlogging here and there. But ultimately, I want to serve and pour into young women, men who may not have all the resources, because Google can only teach you so much, okay? But here at YouTube University, I hope to pour into you and your business. So first and foremost, remember, we want to form our business, legally form your business, okay? LLC, corporation, S Corp, whatever it is, do a little research, call an attorney. You can even call me up. I'm going to put my link down in the description box as well, and we can talk about it. That way we can come up with the best structure for your business. Attorney or an accountant will be great to speak about this with, okay? The next thing we want to do is register for your taxes, and there'll be a link below where you can do that for free. And I also link, like I said, Incfile below, and it's a one-stop shop for all those needs. Forming your business, LLCs, contracts, all kinds of good stuff. Open a business bank account if you do not have one already, okay? You do not want to be taking money from your business and having it deposited into your personal account. It's a big no-no with the IRS. They highly, highly frown on that, okay? Next, you want to set up your accounting, okay? If you're not in the position to hire an accountant, which if you are, great, holla at your girl. If not, get QuickBooks bare minimum. There's tons of videos, tons of training. It's very user-friendly, and it will make sure that you are organizing your business properly, okay? You want to also obtain the permits and licenses that your business requires to do business in your state, okay? Establishing business credit, I mean, obviously it's one of those things you want to do when everything else on the list is complete, but it is super important, just as it is with your personal credit, to begin to build that credit for you to utilize to help move your business forward, okay? Why not use other people's money to move your business forward, okay? In order to be able to do that, your business is gonna have to be organized. Obviously, you're gonna have to be a revenue positive business, and you are going to need to have business credit, okay? Cannot stress that enough, y'all. Like, literally, it took me too long to figure that out, okay? So hit the links below after I get done with this video. After you've liked and subscribed, that way you can be here for future videos, and do the steps that we are talking about here. Okay, I think, is my camera gonna die? Okay guys, last but not least, we want you to create a business strategy. Be strategic with your business, okay? I can't stress enough how glad I am to have you here. I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to go to my Instagram, it's all.cash, K with a K, all.cash. I'll link that below as well. And you can kind of read up on this series that I spoke so highly about today. Okay, guys. Thank you for listening. See you soon.